What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. Phillies get themselves another win over the miserable New York Mets. They win by a score of 7-5 in the most crappiest weather I've ever seen in my goddamn life. It is miserable out right now. I was supposed to go to New York today, but we saw the weather this morning. We're like, no thanks. I don't want to go. It looks miserable. And honestly, I think in New York it's worse than it was, down here. So we made the right call, but, there was a break in the weather for them to get the game in today. So kudos to them for that. And we'll figure out what happens with tomorrow's game. I think the weather tomorrow is supposed to be worse than it was today, but we'll see. But first and foremost, you get a series win, which we always say is the most important thing. Why not try to get a sweep against this Mets team? You decrease your magic number down to 2. Sadly, it didn't go down to 1 because the Marlins decided to win a game against the Milwaukee Brewers. So that sucks, but you're getting closer and closer to that goal of clinching that playoff berth and basically, controlling your own destiny at this point. That's what we've been stressing for a while. Controlling your own destiny, and whatever the other teams do, the other teams do. And that's what you have been doing basically the past few series. You've won 3 series in a row right now, going back to that St. Louis Cardinals series. You're figuring out ways to win. Offense does look a little bit better with hitting with runners in scoring position. The bullpen, has been looking a little bit, better and the shaky at the same time. So that's basically been the MO of the bullpen lately. Basically, if you're just going through this game, a lot of fluky shit was going to happen because of the weather and the way the wind was blowing. It was just very weird. The very fluky shit on the first runs of the ball game by Trea Turner. He just completely botches what would be an easy double play ground ball. And you would get 2 outs in that inning. Instead, 2 runs score on the play because, one, the first run came around because he was just running after Trea made the error. The second run scored was because Trea was not paying attention after he got the relay back from Kyle Schwarber. So 2 runs score because of that, debauchery there by Mr. Trea Turner. And he's definitely going through it right now offensively, and it definitely does look like it's affecting him defensively again. So I still think he deserves the benefit of the doubt to get through this because his, month and a half from August to basically the beginning to middle half of September was fucking amazing. So I think he definitely deserves to get the benefit of the doubt there, to get himself out of this. And who knows, if they clinch, sooner rather than later, you're going to get some days off for these guys that, desperately need some days off on the off the feet a little bit there from the field. You saw that with Bryson Stott today. Castro got into the lineup. So basically, I would assume Rob's trying to get some guys some days off here and there, which is definitely a very smart thing to do. You might get a day off tomorrow depending on, how bad the rain is. So that actually would be very helpful. Both teams are off on Monday. Why even risk playing through rain at this point? Just push the game back, play it on Monday. That's exactly what the Yankees and the Diamondbacks did. They canceled today and tomorrow, so they're playing a doubleheader on Monday. So, yeah, you won't be getting any help or anything from the standings from the Diamondbacks these next 2 days. But, hey, you win your ball games. That's the most important thing. You're getting that separation from the Diamondbacks. You're just increasing that lead. So at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that matters there. So, getting some wins here. Most important thing in the world. Zack Wheeler today, I thought he was fine. The defense behind him and the freaky weather, the flukiness, I really don't blame that on him. Like, the 2 runs that were in the beginning of the ball game for the Mets, that was just because of Trea Turner botching a ground ball and him not paying attention on a relay throw. And then the other runs that he allowed in this ball game, the 3 that were in the top of the 7th inning, that was a ball that was completely misjudged by Johan Rojas, also affected by the wind a little bit. But if Rojas, doesn't try to go in, instead he backs up a little bit, he makes that play. So Zack Wheeler really only allowed runs in this ball game because of the botched defensive plays, also due to the weather. So I thought Wheeler was fine overall. 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, allowed 5 overall, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts on 91 pitches. Overall, I think he was perfectly fine. I think the weather had an impact on, his velocity and all that stuff, his command. It definitely wasn't the sharpest version of Zack Wheeler, but I thought overall he was fine. Bullpen-wise, Soto gets into trouble. He allows a hit. He walks a guy, so getting into the, typical Gregory Soto trouble. But he also strikes out 2 to get out of his 8th inning of work. And then Jose Alvarado with a nice, crisp 1-2-3, top of the 9th inning to get the save. So that is all good and dandy there. Offensively, a couple of more bombs in this game. Bryce Harper was fantastic. Obliterated a baseball for a home run. Lefty crime there from Bryce Harper. Holy shit. 20th bomb of the season. He had 3 RBIs on the day. He also gets a couple of more on a hard hit ball to Pete Alonso that he just can't fully make the play because the ball was just hit that hard, and 2 runs score because of it. So good there for Bryce Harper. Alec Bohm gets another home run, so that's nice to see. Getting even closer to that 20 home run plateau. He needs 1 more to reach that. And how many more RBIs does Bohm need to get 100 RBIs? Okay, currently it's not updated right now, so I would assume he needs, I would say, 5 more RBIs to get 100. So he's getting close. He could definitely get that in the last, few games here. I definitely believe Bohm can do that. And his bat does look a lot better, too. It definitely looks like it's getting hot as of late, so that's good to see. And if we're going through this game, we all know how that top of the 2nd inning went with the Trey Turner botch play. We don't need to go over that again. Bryce Harper leads off the bottom of the 2nd inning with the destroyed home run, like I mentioned, worked in the count, and just got a pitch that he liked, and he completely fucking blew it out of the ballpark. Holy shit. JT gets on with a little bit of a botch play by Francisco Lindor at shortstop. So, blood for blood, shortstop mistake for shortstop mistake there. So that helps a little bit. And then, Jeff McNeil with the worst play that I've ever seen in left field off Nick Castellanos. It bounces completely in front of them and then goes all the way behind him to the back wall, and it takes them forever to get there. JT circles the bases to tie the ball game up, and Nick Castellanos gets a triple out of it. So bad defense going all around. Also, due to the weather. Sadly, the Phillies weren't able to get an extra run there. Sosa struck out, Rojas struck out, and then Castro grounded out. By the way, the umpire behind the plate was terrible today. He was absolute dog shit. Doug Eddings, he was absolute dog shit. I just want to point that out there. He was absolute dog shit for both sides. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Alec Bohm, 2-out home run, gets the Phillies a 3-2 lead. Then you go to the bottom of the 5th, the Phillies tack on a couple of more runs. Rojas reaches in on an infield single because Brett Beatty, had the rush to throw over the first base, forces Pete Alonso off the bag. Kyle Schwarber with a nice double to the left center field gap, and on probably any other day of the week, not in this weather, that ball is probably gone. But the wind really played an impact on that hit, and it made it go off the wall in left field. So you get a double there for Schwarber, 2nd and 3rd. Trey Turner grounds into a fielder's choice, but Francisco Lindor decides to throw home, and he bounces it to the catcher, and he's not able to make the play. Rojas is safe at home. Everyone's safe. It becomes a 4-2 Phillies lead. Bryce Harper then gets the single after Trey Turner steals second base, so 2 more runs come around the score, so it becomes a 6-2 Phillies lead there. Clean inning for Wheeler in the top of the 6th. The Phillies don't do anything in the bottom of the 6th there. And here comes the top of the 7th inning. 2 leadoff singles, 2 weak leadoff singles for the Mets. So you get 2 runners on there. Gets the first out, but then you get the misplay by Johan Rojas off the hit by Brandon Nimmo, which scores 2 runs and makes it a 6-4 ball game. And then Francisco Lindor gets a sac fly in foul territory. It was a good play by Schwarber. It was very close. Nimmo just got his hand in there on time. So what are you going to do about it? It's a 6-5 Phillies lead at this point. Don't like that, but the Phillies do respond. Alec Bohm with a double in the bottom of the 7th inning gets driven in by JT Realmuto. So JT Realmuto is actually doing damage in Citizens Bank Park the past 2 nights. The 3-run home run yesterday, and also the RBI single today, which gave the Phillies that much-needed insurance run. It was great. Gregory Soto in the top of the 8th. He walks. This was a weird inning for Soto. Insanely weird. He was really good against the right-handed batters. He struggled against the lefties. I don't understand it. Gets Pete Alonso to pop up. Walks Stewart a lefty on 4 pitches. Gets Mauricio to strike out on 3 pitches. Beatty singles. And then Vientos strikes out. So that was just a weird inning for Soto. A very Gregory Soto-esque inning. Top of the 9th, Jose Alvarado, completely clean. Easy outs. Gets Alvarez, gets Nimmo to strike out on a very nasty pitch. Fastball that just froze him. And then Lindor flies out to Kyle Schwarber over in left field. He made a nice play over there to end the ball game off. So that was very nice from the man, the myth, the legend, Kyle Schwarber. Very nice stuff there from your Philadelphia Phillies. Very nice stuff. Oh, boy. This Phillies team, they're getting on a roll. They're winning games. I don't care about the competition that they're playing. As long as you get confident in yourself, as long as you get hot, that's the only thing that matters. Yeah, there are a couple of players on the team that are going through their cold streaks. Trey Turner especially. I think he'll get a day off in a day or so or something like that. So he'll get his day off. He'll get off his feet. He'll rest. He'll be fine. I firmly believe he gets the benefit of the doubt here for what he did during, the months of August through the first half of September. So I firmly believe he needs to deserve the benefit of the doubt fully there. Going on a roll, man. Let's look at the lineup. Kyle Schwarber, 1 for 4. Trey Turner went 0 for 4, but he did have an RBI in the game. Alec Boehm, 2 for 4 with an RBI, the solo shot. Bryce Harper, 2 for 4 with 3 RBI. JT, 2 for 4. Nice to see that at Citizens Bank Park. Nick Castellanos, 2 for 4. Sosa went 0 for 4. Rojas, 1 for 4. And Castro went 1 for 3. Phillies 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Pitching-wise today, I already went through that with Zack Wheeler, Gregory Soto, and Jose Alvarado. You get the win. That's the most important thing. You're now 86 and 69 on the year, 17 games above 500. Basically your highest, differential there this entire year. Just keep getting the wins, man. You're 4 wins away from 90. You got 7 games left. You definitely can get to that 90 mark. I definitely can see that happening. Also, with the out-of-town scoreboard, sadly, you didn't get to see the Marlins lose. The Brewers did find a way to come back into that game. Carlos Santana had a clutch 3-run shot to tie it up. But sadly, the Brewers just, they used so much offense yesterday. They weren't able to put more runs up, against Miami. So that to tie the series there. If Miami loses tomorrow and the Phillies win, the Phillies clinch the postseason berth. So that'll be good to see. But that's still depending on if the Phillies even play tomorrow because it's still not guaranteed with the weather. So we'll definitely see how everything plays out there. And that's basically it from that standpoint. Yeah. Getting on a roll, boys. Getting on a roll. Playoff spot's going to be clinched basically at any time now. And you just got to keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. That's the most important thing. Keep on rolling. So if we're going to look at tomorrow's game, depending on the weather and everything like that. Also, the Phillies did make a little bit of a statement before the game in regards to Zack Wheeler and everything in regards to, the wild card series that will happen. Zack Wheeler, his next start is going to get pushed up to, I believe, Thursday against the Pirates. So he'll still be basically on 5 days rest there. They're putting his start to Thursday against the Pirates because that'll perfectly align him for Game 1 of the wild card series because that's what Rob Thompson said. He's pitching Game 1. That's what's going to happen. That'll perfectly align him for, I believe, around 5 days of rest there going into that series because the wild card series is supposed to be October 3rd through the 5th. That's a Tuesday through a Thursday. So it'll perfectly line him up there. Originally, Taijuan Walker was supposed to start on that Thursday against Pittsburgh, but they switched spots there, so Wheeler is getting the ball against Pittsburgh. And thankfully, because that's a game that I'm going to. So I don't have to watch Taijuan Walker, I get to watch Zack Wheeler. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice. So if we look at tomorrow's game, rain dependent on, it'll be Christopher Sanchez against Jose Butto. Still, we don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. I think it is supposed to be worse than it was today. So let me bring up the weather just quickly here and just see what the business is for tomorrow. I believe the rain is supposed to start again up sometime during tonight. And then if we're looking at tomorrow for the game, tomorrow's rain chance, 97% chance of rain. Especially during the daytime, it's supposed to be heavy, 100% rain there. And then it's, basically rain the entire day. So I really do not expect them to play tomorrow's game. I do not expect that at all. Maybe we can get the word tonight because that's what happened with the Yankees. I believe they let people know yesterday that these games were canceled. Same thing with the Washington Nationals. So it's basically just a wait and see process. So we'll definitely just wait and see until, what happens. So let's see. Let's see what could happen on that stretch. And that's basically it for this game, folks. We do have a call here on the Anytime Hotline. I believe this is from Austin. You can leave those at 215-839-9885. Your thoughts and opinions on anything Philly sports related. So let's get to the voice line. This is Austin first-time caller, it looks like. So let's see what he has to say.
Hello, this is Austin. I'll keep this short and sweet. I'm calling the hotline for the first time because I am just so ecstatic for this team, and I am totally ready for Red October version 2.0. I ride with Philly Rob. Great work, Phils, and you too, Amadeo, for your fantastic coverage and entertainment of all things Philly. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Austin. Nice short and sweet first-time call. Appreciate the love. Yeah, Red October, man. Red October. Nothing better than that. The red rally towels waving through Citizens Bank Park. I am desperately. I think I am going to a wild card game this year. I did talk back and forth with my cousin, so I think that could possibly happen. So it's definitely just still up in the air at this point. I'm not sure if everything's confirmed right now, but getting close, man. Getting close. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be insanely fun to see what this Phillies team can do again during October, if they can go on that magic run again, because that'll be absolutely fantastic if that's the case. Let's go to the chat right here before we end it off. This is going to be more of a quick hitter than anything, folks, because, of course, when I want to do the stream, my food gets delivered, so it's downstairs waiting for me right now. So even though it's probably fine because it's probably scorching hot, so I'd rather wait for it to cool down a little bit. So that doesn't bother me in the slightest, but still, more of a quick hitter than anything. Guys get to enjoy the rest of your relaxing Saturday with the bad weather. You know, sit down in the dark, watch a movie, or binge watch a show or something like that. That's basically what I'm doing at this point. You know, I got in the mood because if you guys if any of you guys are like my age or anything like that, and you grew up with Adventure Time on Cartoon Network, I'm binge watching the show on HBO Max. So that's basically what I've been doing, and it definitely helps with the weather. You get to stay inside, sit back, relax, watch the show. It's a good time. It's a good time. I got into the crave because of the Fiona and Cake show that's on HBO Max. So it got me back into the mood. It definitely did. So back to the Phillies, not my personal life and my show tastes. Let's get to the chat right here. Rev up those fryers. It's high time we roasted these Mets. Our record between them the last 2 seasons is definitely improving. I think it's safe to say they didn't have our number anymore. The Mets, they're done. They're done. They don't care. They don't care coming into the game. That's basically all it is at this point. And yeah, it's what it is. It is what it is. They're not good anymore. Kudos to them for going through with the game today. I live about 20 minutes in the Jersey from the city, but the game definitely would have been canceled if it were playing over here. Well done. Oh, yeah. The rain here, like I said, I was supposed to go to New York today, and the rain in New York is definitely worse than it is in Philly today. But overall, it's just, good stuff. Good stuff. You found a way to get the game in, which is the most important thing. And I'm also trying on my television to get the Seattle, Texas game on, but every time the app just keeps crashing. So it looks like it's on there, but hopefully it doesn't crash later on. So we'll see what happens in that case. David, how are you doing? Wheeler looked, yeah, I think Wheeler was fine. I think everything more was just weather implicated and all that stuff. So I'm not too concerned. Yep, Harper and Bohm continuing the rake. That's really great. That is really great. Mets of 2023 are nowhere near the Mets of 2022. Those Mets owned us last season. Basically. Now you doing Star Wars? Yeah, I would like to sweep the series. It'll probably be on Monday, but I would still like to sweep the series. The most expensive team of 2023 has been eliminated from the playoff contention, the New York Mets. I hope we don't play Monday. Phillies are red hot. Go Penn State. Phillies are vastly better this September than we were last year. And why don't you want to play on Monday, Dave? Why don't you want to play on Monday? I want to know that. Harris, Phillies won't make it past the wild card. Okay, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I won't put it against you. But I disagree with you. But I disagree. I need to see, before we end it off, David, I need to know why you don't want to play on Monday. Is it just because of the Eagles? It's probably why. It's got to be because of the Eagles. It's got to be because of the Birds. So you don't want to worry about Phillies and Birds on the same day. Is that why? Is it because of the Birds? Is it because of the Birds? Probably is. It's got to be the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, trying to go 3-0. All that stuff. Trying. Is it Birds? Is it? Oh, God. Oh, God. Let me browse Twitter real quickly to see if David responds, to see if there's anything about this game. Okay, so Phillies tomorrow can clinch a postseason berth with a win and a Marlins loss or a Cubs loss. So, okay, that can help. So, what if both teams lose? What if that's the case? What if both teams lose? So, but still. Who knows, though? Who knows? Not sure if David is responding here, but, definitely don't want to hold everyone up here and just, basically sit here and say nothing. So, I think that's going to do it for today, everybody. I appreciate everyone here that joins the streams as always. So, do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I like to see those. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Join the TTP Sports family. If you're new or if you're current and recommend it to other people, I would greatly appreciate you for that. Also, use the code TTPSports, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. A great deal. Do not pass it up. Phillies got another win. Getting closer and closer to that playoff berth. Magic number is 2.